Romea Lavia to Liverpool. With Jordan Henderson's emotional exit from the Reds wrapped up on Wednesday, the focus partially shifts back to incomings. There is Fabinho's expected departure to watch out for, as both Liverpool and Al Ittihad press on with negotiations, though there has been positive steps in the pursuit of Romea Lavia, as a second offer is thought to also be on the way. Finally, there has been some talk of defensive reinforcements, as Jurgen Klopp must decide what to do before the Premier League's return in just over 2 weeks. The club were reported to have maintained interest in Torino's Pasqueras, without Barcelona's Andres Christensen emerged as a shock candidate on Thursday evening. Liverpool step up their pre-season preparations this week with a trip to Singapore, where they will face Leicester City and Bayern Munich. But Jurgen Klopp will have to do it with several gaping holes in his squad. Jordan Henderson's departure was confirmed by the club yesterday, with the Liverpool captain completing a controversial £12 million transfer to Saudi Arabia's side. Meanwhile, Fabinho stayed behind on Merseyside as he nears a £40 million move to Saudi himself. Liverpool have already had one bid rejected for Southampton's Romea Lavia, but are set to return with an improved offer. The Reds initially offered £34 million plus £4 million in add-ons for the 19-year-old, but are set to make a bid nearer to Southampton's £50 million asking price. But there could be a twist if Liverpool don't get the deal done soon. They could, however, face competition from Chelsea, who are said to be considering a move for Lavia after their latest bid for Brighton's Moises Caicedo was turned down. The Athletic's David Austin reports that Lavia is an alternative being considered by the Londoners, so Liverpool will have to move quick to avoid bidding war. Liverpool and Southampton held further talks on Thursday over a proposed £45 million deal for midfielder Romea Lavia. Mail Sports reported earlier this week that the club were preparing a revised bid shy of £50 million, Lavia's price tag, after their opening offer of £34 million plus £4 million was rejected. Jurgen Klopp is believed to be keen to bringing the talented teenager to Anfield this summer, and an improved offer may tempt Saints into a reluctant sale. Lavia, who moved to St Mary's from Manchester City last year, is in a demand ahead of the new season after impressing during his debut campaign on the South Coast. As well as Liverpool, Chelsea are also understood to retain an interest. Jurgen Klopp has already added Alexis McAllister and Dominic to his squad, but after losing several midfielders, remains in the market for more additions. Captain Jordan Henderson departed for Saudi Arabian side Al Ittihad, managed by Steven Gerrard, while Fabinho may also leave with Al Ittihad closing in on a deal. Chelsea, meanwhile, have seen N'Golo Kante, Matteo Kovacic, Mason Mount, Robin Loftus, and Dennis Zakaria all depart, while Conor Gallagher may also leave. Fabrizio Romano has tweeted an update on Fabinho's prospective exit from Liverpool on Friday morning, stating that his proposed move to Al Ittihad is closing in. Although the 29-year-old's transfer to the Saudi Pro League encountered some delays earlier this week, The Athletic, it seems that the transaction could now be very close to being completed. When it became known that the Brazil midfielder wouldn't be traveling with the Liverpool squad to Singapore for the next stage of their pre-season preparations, having also been absent for the recent trip to Germany, and lingering hopes of the Saudi move falling through seemed to have ended. The bureaucratic hold-up to the transfer earlier this week may have led to some Reds fans believing it might collapse, but Romano's latest update suggests that the Fabinho's exit is now a matter of when rather than if. The 29-year-old will leave a substantial void in the Reds midfield once he goes, but efforts to fill that gap are continuing apace with the ongoing pursuit of Romeo Lavia, with Hampshire Live reports Mark Waiter hinting that the Belgian's move could be finalized in the next 7 days. If both proposed transfers are completed soon, it will at least ensure that Liverpool have immediately brought in a defensive midfielder, even if the Southampton teenager lacks the experience that his Brazilian counterpart can boast. Still, with White waxing lyrical over the Saints' prodigious consistency, the blow of losing Fabinho could be softened considerably if Lavia is snapped up promptly. I believe he's one of the best, Arno van den Abel says as he remembers his former protege Romeo Lavia, who looks to be closing in on transfer to Liverpool. I think in that position, holding midfielder, he is one of the best in the world of his age group. Van den Abel will know better than most when it comes to the extent of Lavia's quality. The Belgian coach worked with him both at underage academy and in the national setup at youth level, and he has followed his career from a young age. He played for a regional club on a lower level before that. I remember he was already quite big for his age. He was quite tall. We played 5 versus 5 or 8 versus 8 in that age group, and he played more in a central position. At that age, the things that stood out about Lavia for Van den Abel were his mental qualities and his focus in the training sessions, which were already reminiscent of a professional footballer. He was already technically quite good, and he was concentrated and quite focused on what you wanted to achieve already. so he was always eager to learn. He was always trying to do 100% of what was asked of him. He was already quite mature for his age at that time.